I can't keep up with your turning tables. I don't know the rest of the words. Take it from Demi, Pink, Beyonce, Selena. What? Selena? Take it from Demi, Pink, Beyonce, Selena, Lizzie. What? Why can't I say this? No! Okay. My hands are sweating. Okay. Hey guys, and welcome back to my singing tip series where I give you inside information on how to be the best singer you can be. Today, I'm going to be sharing 3 quick tips on how to hit those high notes. Really quick before we get started, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future content. Let's jump in. Tip number 1, stop raising your chin. A lot of times, singers tend to raise their chin and look up to the sky when they're reaching for those really high notes. And that's kind of the body's natural response to that stress of trying to reach the high notes. But it's actually the opposite of what you want to be doing. If I'm being honest, I'm guilty of this myself. If you suffer from this problem, don't feel bad. You can totally fix it. So the reason that we don't want to look up when we're singing is because it causes tension and it restricts your airflow. So you want to make sure that your lower jaw, your chin fat, is parallel to the ground, or that your chin is even a little bit pointed down. This will correct your alignment and increase the potential for airflow. So all that means is that you'll be able to sing higher notes and longer notes. Tip number 2, open your mouth. You might be surprised that I'm even mentioning this in the first place because it's singing, of course you're opening your mouth, but you would be shocked about how many of my vocal students just have so much trouble with this concept. And I did too when I was first starting out, when I first started receiving like actual classical training, you have to open your mouth wider than you might think. So really quick, picture a trumpet or a tuba or a trombone or a French horn or any sort of horn instrument that has a nice big bell. They have that bell so that the air can come through and make a really high, loud, strong sound. So that's what our mouth is to our voice. It's like the bell of our voice. So it's super important to create that space for the sound to come out. Not opening the mouth enough when you're trying to hit those high notes means that you're squeezing them out, which is just causing tension. And that's not a very sustainable way to sing. You want to make sure that you're opening the mouth and letting the air flow freely. So you don't want your mouth too small, but you also don't want it to be too big, because that also causes very unnecessary and unwanted tension. So my suggestion to you is the next time you have a high note that you're trying to reach and you don't really know how wide you want your mouth to be, what I usually do is I use 2 fingers and I just make sure that it's at least that wide. Sometimes I'll have to adjust it, but that's a pretty good starting place. Take it from Demi, Pink, Beyonce, Selena, Lizzo, and Adele. Opening up super wide is really important to hit those high notes. Tip number 3, visualize your voice. Singing is not just physical, it's very, very psychological. I'm sure you guys already know that in your own practice. It is so important to keep a positive attitude when you're practicing, when you're warming up, when you're singing, because if you start getting down on yourself, there's no way that you're going to be able to hit those high notes that you're trying to get, right? So really, really try hard to keep a positive attitude. Remember, just because it's not coming easy to you or just because you have to practice doesn't mean that you're not going to get there. And it does not mean that you are not a fabulous singer. Stay positive, my friend. Don't fixate on the scary high note, okay? Visualize instead, and that will give yourself a goal outside of just hitting the note. It helps distract from the fear. So here are a couple ways that I like to visualize my voice and a couple of ways that I have my students visualize when they're with me working, okay? So number 1 is I like to pick a spot on the wall, and sometimes I'll even put like a sticky note up on the wall so I have a really clear focus point. And then I'll just make sure that I'm focusing on that point, and I'll pretend when I'm singing that my voice is like a laser shooting. It's pinging out right from between my eyes. Boop, just like that. And it really helps me focus my voice. And especially when I'm trying to hit those high notes, it just gives me something else to focus on. I really like that one. That is my go-to. I would try that one first. Another way I like to visualize my voice, this is especially for like those super high whistle notes, those whistle tones, like the Mariah Carey stuff, right? So I really like to pretend, again, it's just my voice is coming out a different spot on my head, that it's just coming straight out of my head like a fountain, like a singing fountain. And that really, really helps me a lot. Okay, so give that a try. And there you have it. 3 quick tips on how to hit those high notes. Try these out, comment down below, let me know if they work for you, and feel free to let me know some of the ways that you like to go about hitting your high notes. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. A new singing tips video comes out every Saturday, and I also have a cover coming out every Tuesday. Also, be on the lookout for some singer product reviews coming soon. I'm super excited about them. They're gonna be so fun, so don't miss that. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!